weekend. We're getting close to the holiday weekend in the United States. It's Thanksgiving weekend. So we're going to be having a holiday week this week. It's very interesting with Thanksgiving this week. We have the Fed minutes at 2 p.m. Eastern time, and then the market's going to close at 4 p.m. Eastern time. And and then we're going to have Thanksgiving holiday trading into an actual trading session on Friday. So it's funny, we're going to have this huge economic event and then a holiday, so like a day off of trading, and then all of a sudden, we're going to be back at it. So let's go ahead and do ourselves a favor. We'll zoom out to the monthly. We've got some lines already drawn. I was on the charts last night, so we're going to not erase those. We'll just keep them and just power through them with our minds. We can see on the monthly, we're still making lower highs. We have some excess on the high here. You can see a level that I have marked as 39.4275 is a level that I'm definitely watching. If we get below that level, I think there's some opportunity for some more downside. But besides that, I think that there's maybe some more upside baked into this, and we'll talk about why. On the weekly, we can see last week finished as a doji. We're still one time framing up, 1, 2, 3, and we've yet to break that low. We'll watch that low to see if there's a cessation of one time framing. We have the 20 MA on the weekly sitting at 39.25. We're still within this balance level, and we're still going to be tracking this balance level. And we can kind of see that the weekly balanced kind of looked higher and is now kind of balancing higher. So we'll look to see if they still maintain, and that's at 39.30 to 39.22 level, or 39.12, I guess. It's a pretty big area from these previous week's highs to this week's lows, but we'll pay attention to those and kind of see how they're going. On the daily, you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and today being the 6th day, we're almost in a little 6-day balance. I guess we can get rid of this, kind of breaking that trend here overnight. We'll just go ahead and go there and watch it. But you can kind of see, this is where we're heading. We've got that gap that starts right at that 40.50 on the Globex only chart. Or I mean the cash only chart. So if we switch over here to the cash only chart real quick, you can see that gap starts right there. So it's a gap that we haven't touched yet. That would make sense for the market to try to get back up there. A level that I'm watching and that I post in the Discord is this previous day right here. I think if the market gets above that, and that's that 39.9275, I think if the market trades above that today, that there's probably good odds that the market's going to trade up to that 40.50. We've got that 200 SMA sitting right up there as well. Switch back to Globex here. So you can see that 200 SMA 40.66. So we've got the 100 down here at 39.19, and then 20 at 39.2. So there's a lot of what you would think is support down here. Dad, good morning. Roach, good morning. Lecker, good morning. Hopefully you guys are all doing well. Switching over here to the profile, we can see as far as the profiles go, for the most part, we just had this look below balance and then come above, and now we're just kind of sitting, we're trading, the overnight session's pretty much trading right at this level. I actually did catch a pretty decent trade overnight. Well, actually just this morning. It wasn't like overnight or anything. It was just this morning. The market had come down here. We saw this 45-degree angle form. Poor low started to form. I got long against the poor low. And then we ended up trading up about 11 handles. So not a bad little early sign of trap shorts. Once again, after Friday's profile, which seemed like a liquidation, right? But they got this extension and it seemed just like they just gave it up. So now we have these 2 points of control, these 2 VPOCs sitting down here, 39, 40, let's just call it 41. And then we also have another VPOC up here, and let's call it 40, 18. And that's kind of the areas that we're trapped in between right now, I think. So I would even I would even kind of argue that the balance higher is this entire area. And so this is kind of an interesting thing because we remember we've been watching this 39.22 level, which seems like forever. So if we moved up and it kind of just looks like a big P shape, right? Um, for the most part, break out of balance. But this, I mean, I would say that this is kind of the bracket that we're in. And so these are really the levels that we have to be watching. So, like when I say we were going to break that 39.22, if we get above that, I think we're going to 40.50. If we get a strong reaction off this 40.18, then my thesis is going to change, or my thought process is going to change there. Okay. That's just something that you've got to remain cognizant of that and understand, like, okay, well, just because this is what's supposed to happen or what we think is gonna happen, new information, and this is a pretty decent ways away, can kind of change our mind a little bit. Let's go ahead and adjust these real quick. This thing's at 19. Let's copy and move this drawing. 40.66 is two. So let's and like I said, like Friday, like it seemed like all the selling was just liquidation, right? Like it was just more liquidation selling compared to the previous day's profile. We had value overlapping to higher. We're no longer one time framing lower. And then today we're pretty much trading inside the previous day's range, finding support for more or less right around the same spot that Friday session found it as well. So an interesting little tidbit there that we want to pay attention to, that this may act as a little launch pad. And with overnight inventory trading 100% net short, we're already at the point of control. So if there's any more short covering overnight, we can expect stops to come out hard and fast. We might expect a negative breath here to start the session. Not too much, maybe even just kind of normal. Tick should be pretty neutral. And then we really want to watch our sectors. If our sectors start to go green really fast early on, and even especially if we get a green tick as well, that would be ideal. Then we want to go with that thing nice and early. Taking a little peek around the block here quick. We'll just use this chart. We can see the dollar looks like it's gapping up overnight. That's kind of weak for the market, so that's definitely something that we want to at least be aware of and pay attention to. Go ahead and switch this down to the last 30 minutes and see what we're working with. Yeah, so it looks like it gapped up here. Make sure that we got get our extended hours going. Yeah, so it's gapping up overnight. So it's gonna alert this alarm. So it's up above that 107 level. The next level up. Kind of running time. I looked at the dollar last night. Single spot ups. All right, Apple looks like it's opening kind of below its trading range from Friday. So pay attention to that. AMD opening up inside yesterday's range. Amazon opening up inside yesterday's range, down at 94 bucks, kind of weak. Disney's up 10% overnight off some news of a new hire. Google L's looking kind of weak, trading down near its lows. Meta looking kind of weak as well, trading inside Friday's range. Netflix here got a little bit of a boost. Microsoft actually looks kind of strong, not to lie. Nvidia, I'm so salty we didn't short Nvidia on Friday. We were right on that. We should have taken it. It still looks really weak. Tesla here, down at 180, still looking pretty weak. Going to open up on a gap lower. TNX, 37, not really doing anything. And then the VIX down at 23, but opening up over the weekend, closed Friday, basically 22.98, gapped up a little bit higher here. So we've got the open coming up in about 4 minutes. We've still got a little bit of time. The open coming up.